What is up, guys? New old gamer guy here. Let me just adjust this real quick. Okay. Hey, guess who's back? I am. I've been thinking a while about uploading videos like these, sort of these vlogs, sort of face-to-face with me kind of videos, because I don't know when I'm gonna Let's Play again. I mean, it's been, what, over a year? Almost a year since my last Let's Play video. Yeah, so I figured I'd do something like this. I'm making a series kind of like this where it's called What I Expect from Sequels of Games that I either want to see come out or have been announced, but there is not much known about it. It's sort of my own personal take about it. And today we're going to be doing The Last of Us 2. Which it hasn't been announced yet, but I have my own. I've been like processing what I think it should be, and if you agree or disagree, you can comment or whatever. But before I go further and talk about this, spoilers. Spoiler alert! There's going to be spoilers all over the place of the first game. So if you haven't completed the first game through and through, then you should leave now. I'll give you 5 seconds. Alright, since we got those guys out of the way, let's talk. You and me, right now. Guy looking at me, who's completed the game, or whatever. Or if you're not keen on spoilers, or whatever. Now, The Last of Us was a really good experience. It was arguably probably one of the best games of the last gen console generation. So, what do I expect from the sequel? Well, that's a pretty good question. I don't know where I even begin with this. Oh, man. First of all, what I want to see is more enemy variety, because the original Last of Us had 4 enemy types. They had runners, stalkers, clickers, and then bloaters. Good enemy variety for the first game, but I think it's time for us to advance on that level. I haven't come up with many ideas for what other enemies could be, because this kind of infection is so limited to just fungus just taking over the body. Like, I want to see some really weird mutations. Like, I want to see something like, I don't know, one like the fungus has gotten so bad that it completely covered some dude's arm where he can use it as like a shield or something. I don't know, nothing ridiculous like fungus wings or something like that, nothing like that. I want to stay like in reality, sort of. In this reality, what I mean. It's close to reality, but it has a sci-fi twist. To those of you who've played the game, you know what I mean. Not much I want to see gameplay-wise improved on. Maybe a few AI twists. I mean, a few AI improvements, I mean. What I did want to see, what my main part was I wanted to see humans and infected fighting each other. That was my big, point, gameplay driving home point. That's what I wanted to see. But after I played, The Last of Us Left Behind, all of my arguments against that were completely sold away. They know that now. They know that that's what they should be doing, because I think it's such a cool concept. Like, if you're dealing with like these guys stalking you, like you're completely outmatched and trying to sneak around them, and all of a sudden you see this big group of clickers or bloaters or whatever. Oh, let's see, I got this brick here, so I'm gonna throw it over by that group of guys. They'll rush over there and they'll fight each other, and you can take out any stragglers, or you can go advance behind them. That shit would be cool. I want to see more of that, along with the other kinds of infected. Gameplay-wise, that's all I really want to see improved, is more of that. Oh wait, yeah. And also, since in this game it's probably more of the same of Joel with Ellie and all that, I want to see the AI enemies recognize your partners. Like, I don't want them just to ignore them. Like, they are not there just for plot pieces. They should be there gameplay-wise too, helping you out and whatnot. That shit would be cool. Or at least stuff I want to see, I want to see that. Other than that, that's only the gameplay-wise, that's all I want to see. Story-wise is basically what I'm going to be talking about here. Now, I want this to be sort of a revenge story. Not for Joel or Ellie, but for the Fireflies, because if you watch the end of The Last of Us, the first game, Joel completely fucks up the Fireflies' complete operation, killing Marlene and basically killing half of their entire group. And I want the story to take place at least 4 or 5 years after the events of the first game, so that the Fireflies have regrouped, and there should be a new leader, because there should be a story where there should be like a plot piece where Marlene had this like badass lieutenant sort of character who no one ever messed with, and it was sort of this enforcer, but now that Marlene's dead, he has taken over, and he is just on a ruthless hunt for Joel and Ellie, and they're just going nonstop, rebuilding their forces, and just trying to find them, and kill Joel and anybody standing in their way to get to Ellie, so they can use her to essentially make the vaccine that they were going to make in the first game. So that's the entire plot point I want to get at. Like, the entire premise of the game is just Joel and Ellie running away and trying to hide from the Fireflies, because they are just being aggressive and trying to get to them constantly. That's what I want to see. And since this game takes place, 4 or 5 years after that, you should be able to play as Joel equally as much as you should play as Ellie, because Ellie will be at this point 4 or 5 years, 18, 19 years old, so she'd probably be a full-grown adult, and she could be able to take on loads of guys like Joel can. Well, she could, well, in the other game she could take them on, but not to the extent like she can in this new game, because at this point Joel will teach her more techniques, and she knows how to sneak around enemies more, and she's more of an effective hunter, basically. And that's kind of what I want to see. And I want the game to start off like where Joel and Ellie are essentially with Tommy's group. They're just sort of, I don't know, I keep saying sort of, I don't know why, but they're staying there, and everything's peaceful. Everything's peaceful. It's been peaceful for the past 4 or 5 years. Joel and Ellie have developed this father-daughter relationship, and overall it's just been peace for them. Kind of like what Tess wanted in the first game, only it happened too late for her. So, oh well. But it should start off, they should continue the trend of bringing on the feels early on, because in the opening sequence, everything is, peaceful, la-di-da-di-da. Joel and Ellie have developed relationships with everybody at the camp, with Maria, Tommy, all the other guys. There should be at least a few new side characters that you should be with and develop friendships with, so they should add new characters to that. But all of a sudden, the Fireflies find them, like they've gotten information knowing that Ellie and Joel are in there, and they just completely show up and wreck shit, seriously trying to find them. And then when Joel realizes, he sees a few dead bodies in the street because he doesn't know what the hell's going on, he sees that they're the Fireflies, Joel has this oh shit moment, and he has Ellie and Maria just get the hell out of the city as fast as possible. And Joel and Tommy are going to go and find out what the hell, who is the leader and why the hell are they doing this. So my vision is that they find them, or at least the Fireflies find Joel and Tommy, and they completely have him surrounded, and he sees the leader. Joel and Tommy see the leader, and I don't know what his name would be or anything, but he's just this vague question mark badass leader. That's all I have in my mind right now. And he just completely beats the shit out of both of them. And when he asks him, where the hell is Ellie, Joel and Tommy say something like, oh, go fuck yourself, whatever, you're not getting her, and everything like that. So then the leader makes an example out of Tommy and just basically kills him right in front of him. And that's sort of the, oh my god, I didn't see that coming at all sort of moment. And Joel just basically go flip shit and just goes off the entire time. I mean, it's just awful. And I don't have any ideas else for the story, other than the fact that my main point that I'm going to be going at Joel has to die. That is my biggest point of this entire video, is that Joel needs to die in a pretty brutal way, and my battery's going low apparently or something like that. Joel needs to, like, die because it has been rumored, not rumored, but, like, Naughty Dog has announced that they want to make a trilogy out of these games. And it's obvious that these games are going to try to build up Ellie as the strong female protagonist. And to do so, this Last of Us 2 has to be this transitional game where Joel dies and Ellie takes her place as the main protagonist. Now, I don't know how Joel is going to die, because how I envision is that it has to be like coming out of nowhere, and it needs to be kind of like how Tommy dies, but more of an oh shit moment, and it has to be this heart-wrenching, excruciating death, kind of like The Walking Dead's the Telltale game ending, season 1, but I don't want them to be ripping him off or anything like that, so I don't know how they're gonna pull that off. But Joel has to die in a pretty brutal way, so that Ellie could be not starbound, but like it shoots her off into the main lead. But that's really all I gotta say. I mean, I know I have more ideas back in there, but I'm just stuttering right now, and it's awful. It's my first video back in a while, so forgive the stuttering and the going all over the place. This series will, advance over time if I do these more often. But that's the only plot points I want to see. I want to see better gameplay improvements with, infected and humans going at it. I want to see your AI teammates, be aware. The AI enemies be aware of the AI, of your AI partners. I want to see Tommy die. That's a terrible thing to say. Tommy and Joel both die. And I want to see, I want to see the Fireflies regain their strength and just go on this big freaking, hunt for Joel and Ellie, only to get stopped by Ellie, because I want her to, because Joel and Ellie are going to realize that, I know I'm going all over the place, I'm just remembering some of my ideas, so bear with me on this. Excuse me. Because at some point, Ellie's going to find out why the Fireflies are trying to hunt them down, because Joel's going to be giving, throughout the course of the first, parts of the game, he's going to give non-answers, I don't know, but we got to get the hell out of here, sort of things. And then when Ellie finds out, she loathes Joel. Because she has to find out that there is no other people like her. She is one and only, and the only reason that she escaped was not because of what Joel told her, that there was more of them. It was that Joel was basically, in my opinion, he was kind of selfish, and he wanted to basically have Ellie alive, because at the end of The Last of Us 1, when you actually bring Ellie to the Fireflies, Marlene tells Joel that she is the key to stopping the infection-created vaccine, but she will die in the process, and Joel can't process this, and he doesn't want Ellie to die because this is the first person he's actually grown attached to since Sarah died. So I completely understood that, but he lied to her at the end because that's what Ellie wanted. She wanted to, no matter what, even if she died, she wanted to bring the world back to what it was before all this happened, but Ellie was unconscious the entire time during the whole raid that Joel did at the end, so she has no idea other than the lie that Joel told her. And then I want her to sort of say to Joel during the second game that she is gonna go with the Fireflies, and Joel's not gonna like this, and it's gonna be this sort of battle. I don't know how I envision it so far. My mind's kind of mush right now. I had more to go on with this, but mine's just no, not right now. But let me know what you guys think. Do you disagree with me with Joel dying, or do you agree with it? If any more ideas from what you want to see from the sequel, let me know in the comments, because I really want to see this game be announced, and hopefully it's the way I envision it. At least I hope so. But that's all I have for today. So I'm back, guys. I'm back. So that's my video, my very stutter-inducing and all over the place video, but that's it. So I've been New Old Gamer Guy, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye, guys.